As a minor recap, alright, when I died in the end, I was allowed to spawn my shit back in. However, because I used creative mode to spawn my shit back in, the Parliament voted unanimously, every single one of them, they all voted to jail me for it. And now, I have to design and build a prison for myself. Part of the deal is that each member of Parliament is going to give me a criteria for the prison, and I need to fulfill that. As part of the deal, each member has given me a building criteria for the prison, which, if I don't meet, means my sentence is lengthened.
I mean, it must look like it is an actual jail.
But then, make it look cute.
Yeah, but also make it look cute.
Yeah.
I had to comply with all of their requirements, so of course Evan was going to try to make this as difficult as possible.
I don't know
So,
how
like,
you-
not just one cell.
Anti-defenestrable.
What?
So
Can you spell that, please?
So no windows.
Anti-defenestrable.
Yeah, to
Anti-def-
defenestrate somebody is to throw them out of a window. Therefore, if someone is indefend.
How do you know that, but how do you not know how to spell received? Is that seriously it, Evan?
Yes, that is it.
Oh my god! I'm just gonna write no windows.
I'm sorry, did you just compare the city of Prague in Vienna to the word Pog?
Dude, that's a pog.
That's
No,
pretty
dude, that's
pog.
Prague. No, I'm
That's
pretty sure that's
proggers.
Pog. Proggers!
Proggers!
Oh my god.
We could have chosen anything for Cruz to make. We chose a fucking prison. Can I make some requirements for the prison? Just to make it function. You said functional, so I feel like this
Yep.
applies to functional. I say you definitely
Wait.
need to build at least one room dedicated to solitary confinement.
It needs to have allium flowers.
How am I supposed to make this prison nice and also use one of the least humane methods of confining prisoners?
That's up for you to do, dude. In a room for executions.
What about the cafeteria?
No, that's not required.
Okay, is there any other requirements in there?
I've committed the heinous act of dying.
I'm really glad that finally, after all this time we spent actually playing the game, we're finally getting into the most important thing: politics.
We're getting into the role play.
Yeah.
The roleplay of it all. Wow.
RP. Boof SMP.
Boof SMP. Boof SMP.
Professor P.
Dude, I can't believe we didn't go with Neo Albuquerque.
As much as I would have liked to get my sentence done with then and there was another meeting called for Parliament because there were important diplomatic matters to discuss.
Meeting has been called to order.
And I would please like to make a request of the rest of the Parliament to address that the sunken settlement exists.
I've never seen it. I can't say that.
Keep in mind, I am literally the most powerful person here right now.
That may be true,
And
Evan.
I am only requesting an acknowledgement of existence.
While I agree that you're probably the most powerful one here, I must acknowledge that there is no physical evidence of the sunken city, and no evidence has been presented
Sunken
to the
city?
council. Or
Who the
sunken.
fuck do you
Sunken-
think we are?
No physical evidence of such a place has been brought forth to the Parliament, and while I acknowledge that it may exist, I cannot say that there is any physical evidence for it.
All in favor of taking a journey over to Sunken Settlement, say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Alright, let's do this.
Wait, what? Excuse me?
I found the Sunken Settlement, and I feel like
So,
if we are to recognize it, it is important to show it.
That's true.
You're treading on very thin ice right now, Drew.
Down here, down here. Look, it's
Ah.
Evan's house. Yeah, just keep on going. You'll find it.
You seriously think I do this every time I enter my house?
Drew, why
doesn't
are we
look
here?
This doesn't look like the sunken settlement to me.
why are we over here?
My plan has gone swimmingly. I am the only one left in the Parliament building. I can pass all the things I want.
Oh no.
Alright, all in favor of banning
No.
teleportation.
No, I do not.
That was so epic looking.
I move to discuss Drew's standing within this council.
Evan, if you can prove that it exists, then I'll acknowledge that it exists.
All in favor of recognizing Sunken Settlement as a... Is it a
Place that
town?
exists.
Okay, it's a place that exists.
Mm,
Say aye. Aye.
Aye. Anyway, there's a big throne in the Parliament room right
Okay.
now.
I'm unbiased. I am an unbiased member.
alright. Hal 9000 and Old Man Clean wish to establish themselves as members of this parliament. Thus, the
Yes.
temporary, admittedly, double throne from which they will hold hands and proclaim their laws.
I did not write this. They did.
Mhm.
A request from the commoners to the members of the Parliament. We are the Knights of the Sunlight Covenant. In order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do move to ordain and establish the Knights of Sunlight, henceforth referred to as the Chaos, as a province of this realm. As such, we wish to have a shared seat in Parliament, with a representative from the KS being allowed to attend meetings of the Parliament in our shared podium, constructed by the KS with materials provided by the KS. We do not wish for conflict, but if our people are mistreated and stepped upon by the boots of tyranny, we will not hesitate to secede from the government of the realm and form an independent nation no matter the cost. Respectfully, Hal, of the Knights of Sunlight.
I think that is a very well written proclamation.
I think he just rewrote the Declaration of Independence.
I don't think it is necessarily a bad idea to include them. The way I see it, the only problem we have with them being part of this parliament is their throne.
I do have a couple things I'd like to say.
Mhm.
I think it's kind of weird if literally everyone on the server is a member of the parliament. There are 5 established providences. Not making them a part of the parliament does not necessarily say, fuck you, we're gonna like treat you like dirt. It just
Right.
means we have a huge fucking parliament already. Throne room wise, we don't have room for them.
May I make a suggestion? That is so distracting. What we could have is we could have them be represented by one of us if we decide to go that route.
I don't feel like they would go for that. For us to say, yeah, we'll let you in, but you can't vote.
True.
They wouldn't take that.
I am interested in the idea of having them basically
But
choose
maybe-
a region to represent them, though. They almost like merge with another colony, almost like just join forces with the other one.
Mhm.
As what they call the Knights of Sunlight. Knights aren't rulers; they're knights.
Who fits them the most?
That's a great
Question. That's for them to discuss.
That's for
That is
And them
for them
to
discuss.
it would be for them to discuss and them to request a merger with one of the Parliament people.
And if they don't take that deal, then what?
Then we declare war on them.
That
If they
fast?
try to, no, if they try to if they try to split from us, then we'll declare war on them.
They're really behind us as far as like progress is concerned.
Yeah,
So we would,
Dang.
we're not
we would
we're not gonna let them like get the jump on us.
Imperial 11, Imperial 11, Imperial 11.
If we let them just do whatever we want, they'll stab us in the back eventually. If they decide to like separate from us,
Right, but to not give them a fair chance.
we give them a fair chance. War is a fair chance.
War is a fair chance, but they don't have the equipment that we do. Right? It would be subjugation at that point.
No. They don't have the equipment that I do. I don't know how good yours is.
I'm just writing
Yeah.
down some decisions we have for them to make.
Is it weird that I'm actually getting into the politics of this?
I am too. I really
This
like
is serious business.
This is serious
Okay,
business.
here's the options I propose for us. Option 1. Annex them and represent them. 2. They are allowed to partake in discussions but are not members of the Executive Council. 3. We can allow them to become part of the Executive Council, but we would need to extend the building then. And 4, what I
We don't have the
personally
funds
think...
for that.
4, which is my personal favorite. I think for them to become recognized by the Executive Council, they should gain a bit more power and a bit more like of their projects to become shown on the server for us
No,
to recognize them.
We're not going to make that our precedent because then the second we do that, Cruz is going to try to get me kicked off the council
But
No.
because
no,
none
no.
of my projects
We-
are
I
visibly
never
seen.
But we
denied the
trust-
existence of Sunken Settlement, Evan. I never denied its existence. All I'm saying is that I can't formally say that it exists without physical evidence. If one of us annexes them, that we would be giving them a significant amount of power and resources and material.
I think they should either decide to have somebody like help make decisions for them, but also like that person also ultimately make the decisions for themselves, and they could possibly partake in discussion, but I don't personally think they should have a throne at the moment.
I don't think that they should be able to get an executive position, at least just how it is now. I think what's better is if they just become, say they join the Sunken Settlement, they become officers for the Sunken Settlement.
If they don't have their political representation, in the long run, they will revolt against whoever annexes them.
That's for the person who annexes them to do a good job representing them, though.
Right.
That's not a concern of the Parliament.
What if they
And
don't
they
want to
can
work
leave
with
their
anyone?
annex. They can leave their annex and join somebody else if
They
decide.
can. They can
to
absolutely leave
them.
their annex whenever they wish.
Another thing to consider is
God.
that they're not here right now, and so they can't,
Yes.
defend themselves of us being like, oh, well, they don't have a place on the council. Maybe they have their reasons, and maybe we're just not seeing them. So I think we can't make a permanent solution to this until we have them before the Parliament.
Also, their throne's really fucking big.
All things considered, I was really surprised with Parliament's attitude towards this new territory. I mean, the council seemed so eager to escalate tensions. Even Drew seemed to agree with the notions of war against the KS, and I was a bit surprised. I'm sure it's nothing, but regardless of the Parliament's decision, it's my intention to keep a good relationship with them.